She's an Emmy and five-time Grammy nominee who was named one of the best stand-up comics of all time by Rolling Stone. And now she's taking her talents on the road in her Live and Livid tour. It is Margaret Cho. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here today, for bringing our special guest.
Lucia.
I love her.
She's such a good girl.
She is a sweet girl. Well, now you're about to head out on your tour, and apparently there were a couple of different names under consideration before you landed on Live and Livid. So tell me how you chose that as the right name for this occasion.
I just think it's great. To me, it's really, the excitement of getting to perform live again after the pandemic, where we're all sort of locked down and we couldn't do anything. So it's so great to be able to go out and see everyone. And I love going to see live shows. And so Live and Livid, because I want drag queens to be celebrated, not outlawed.
Yes.
So this show is really about celebrating queer rights, celebrating women's rights, and really talking about what's important to me.
Absolutely. Well, now, I learned a fun fact about you while we were researching for this interview, and I found out that when you were just 14 years old, you won a contest to open for Jerry Seinfeld. And what was it like before you hit the stage at that point?
It was incredible. I lied my way into a college comedy competition. Look, she's just like,
I love it. No, it's totally fine.
She's so into you. She just wants to find out what you're about.
I know. I love her.
She loves you.
So you're 14. You go on stage, and he's at the height of his popularity.
Yes.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous, but I shouldn't have been there. I was lying to get into this competition, and they didn't find out. And I got to meet Jerry. I got to open for him, and he was so helpful to me. He helped me. He gave me so much confidence. He said I should be a comedian, and I was so amazed that he was taking that time to encourage me, and he still encourages me. We're good friends, and I just admire him so much.
That is so incredible. Well, you're a master at blending social commentary, and you get everybody to laugh, though. So what do you think is the secret to getting your audience to laugh and think at the same time?
I think it's really just having empathy and compassion, and really listening to what people are laughing at and understanding what that's about. And for me, it's also about representation. When I started, there were no Asian comedians. There were no Asian women comedians. There were certainly no Asian women queer comedians. So this is like a completely new thing. So representation to me is everything.
Yes. Well, obviously you are representing in the best way possible, but you've also been very open about speaking your mind, and that's never been anything that you were afraid of before. But now, there's a lot of comedians who are afraid of saying what they want for fear of being canceled. What's your take on that?
I think that whole idea of being careful with language really is important, because words are really valuable. Words are really important. And jokes also are really important. Comedians have a lot of power. And so when we can acknowledge that power in the things that we say, I think it's really valuable. So it's a good lesson.
Definitely. Now, you have to walk me through this. I heard you did 3 shows in 3 states on the same day. How did you make that happen?
I was at a really crazy time in my career.
What 3 states were they? They had to be right next to each other.
Bizarre. But I was so desperate to work, and I wanted to do as many shows as I could. And this was really early on in my career, and I just took every opportunity that I could. And so that was just when I was super young and just super hungry. And it was also the ability to do it. I don't know if I could do that now. It's just so different. But I'm really grateful that I got to.
The stamina is so different now.
The stamina,
yes.
the chihuahua. She's been back and forth on this couch and that couch so many times.
And she's going to go on tour too, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
Well, we love that you're never afraid to go there and say exactly what is on your mind. So we created a segment. We want your hot take on a lot of the things that are going on in pop culture right now. So we are calling it What Cho Says Goes. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So now we want to ask you about Barbie Mania. Were you all about it? Did you get caught up in the hype, or are you not about it?
I love it. I had the Barbie head as a child. I didn't have Barbies as the small, the doll. I had the head, which was, I think, to set you up to learn how to do
hairstyling.
Hair.
Yes.
I also had the Farrah head.
Okay.
So I was more, I was more into the head.
than the actual Barbies.
So way into it.
So, okay, if you had to be a Barbie, which would you be?
Head Barbie.
Head Barbie, okay, so we've got
the one that masters the head.
Yes, okay, so we've got that one down. Now,
Yes.
Harry Styles was recently spotted with a tattoo of Olivia, which a lot of people presumed was about his ex, Olivia Wilde. Is it ever a good idea to get the person that you're dating tattooed on yourself?
You know, it's a controversial thing. I think it's really hard to, deal with it after the relationship is over. Oftentimes you see a lot of celebrities like Melanie Griffith taking Antonio Banderas off her arm,
right.
or any of this sort of Johnny Depp taking Winona Forever off his arm. You know,
True.
there's a lot of things.
You can cover up.
You can also cover them up and make it into something new.
Okay.
So I think it's definitely it's salvageable.
Okay.
And his tattoo could be for Olivia Newton-John.
You never know. We could always switch it up. Now, Scandoval. Were you involved in the whole mess of Scandoval? Were you like totally into it?
What I just hope was that Ariana just makes a lot of money from this.
And she is.
I
She's
hope she
totally
really breaks it in. That this is actually, I hope she looks back and I think actually this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And maybe in a lot of ways, hurt emotionally, but money-wise, I think this will help her. This is a good thing.
Yes, so she's definitely coming out on top. Well,
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Margaret Cho. Your tickets are available now. Everybody go and check her out. Live and Livid, the tour. Go and check out. The tickets are on sale now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.